What was that one advice or one thing that changed your career?
I just wish back then someone would have told me that it's okay not to have your whole life figured out.
Most of the students are not clear about choosing their career. Why it is so difficult these days?
To explain this in a better way, let's go back to our time.
Stress and burnout are very common these days. Like whatever happens, a kid comes and say, I'm in stress.
More serious problems involve prolonged mood changes, sleeping problems, decline in grades despite efforts, then thoughts of self-harm. If this kind of stress affects your daily functioning for a week, you immediately have to seek a mental health expert.
Hello everyone, Namaste. I'm your host Amruta Solanki and today we are here again for this exciting podcast. So yes, this is a real life problems which students are facing from 8 to 12 standard. Are you all excited? So I know not just students but even the parents nowadays are thinking about what careers students should take. Yes, so none other than we have Mr. Harish Patil from UNIVISION with us to tell us more about this amazing awareness which will help students for their career planning and future. So let's take a huge round of applause for Harish Patil ji, everyone.
Thank you so much, Amrita, for such a lovely introduction and firstly for having me. It's such a good feeling to be here on your podcast and sharing my knowledge and experience. And I just hope this helps the coming generation and clear all their doubts going ahead.
Great. Thank you so much for being with us. We are
My
really excited to know because the topic is really close to my heart. When I was in my high school days, it was really difficult for me to, choose my career. So before that, I would like to know, so what you do exactly?
Okay. So, for our viewers, hello everyone. My name is Harish Patil. I am the business head and strategic project lead at UNIVISION, which is a part of Planet Interactive Private Limited, which is a 28-year-old organization which has been guiding and helping students to identify their true potential and make right career choices. And I've been a seasoned counselor for more than 12 years now, where I have guided nearly hundreds of students and helped them to select a suitable career for themselves. And my expertise lies in identifying students' strengths and passion and aligning them with the right career option. And that's it.
Yeah, that's great. Because students nowadays are really confused. They have, so much pressure from the peers, from the parental side as well. And they do not know their strength and weaknesses. So what to choose? So how did you get into this profession? We would like to know more about that.
See, back then when I was a student, I know what all difficulties students faced.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And there were so many students who did not know which career to choose, what all career options did they have, and which stream to select as well.
Yeah.
And many of my friends, there were many students like me who did not have any this idea, and that's the reason why many of them chose a wrong career, and they had a career regret later on. So that actually struck me. Right. So that's when I decided this is something what I want to do. And that's the most important thing, right?
Yeah.
That's what's better than this, helping the future generation. And there was one of my mentor, when back then when I was a student, he told me that there is that person in everyone's life who actually changes your career completely.
Exactly.
Right? Who actually changes your life. And back then I was a very shy student. I couldn't communicate with people. Or I used to hesitate being around people. I used to avoid social gatherings and never used to be around a lot of people. And now if you see me now, on an everyday basis,
Totally
I interact.
opposite.
Yes, absolutely. So nowadays I interact with lots of students and parents on an everyday basis. I take career guidance seminars, I take webinars, right? So it is all because of that one person.
Exactly.
And now I want to be that one person in someone's
Great,
life and
great,
change their
great.
life completely.
That's super amazing. We all need that, really. So now I would like to know more that when you say one person, so there was someone, right, who had helped you during your
Yes.
high school.
Yes.
So what was that one advice or one thing that changed your career planning, or you can say the choice of your career?
See, I just wish back then someone would have told me that like it's okay not to have your whole life figured out,
Yeah.
right? Because exploring is actually a part of learning. So
Hmm.
that's the most important thing. So back then I just wish someone would have told me this.
Great, great. Because now I can connect back to my high school days when I have done science and I'm now doing hosting. So yes, even I feel that I would be having such mentor who can help me. Would be
Absolutely. There are so many people like who are having a career regret
I think
later
most
on,
of them,
right?
right? More
Absolutely.
than 50%,
Yes, yes,
maybe.
yes.
So yes, definitely you all should take. And now we would like to know more about your company Univision and what does it do exactly?
Okay, so like I earlier said, UNIVISION is basically into like education, counseling, and student guidance. So it is actually a part of Planet Interactive Private Limited, which is a 27-year-old organization which has been guiding and helping students. Like we prepare roadmap for the successful future. So like under Planet Interactive Private Limited, we have two sections, two divisions. First one is Fact, and the other one is Univision. I'll tell you about Fact first. So Fact is into overseas education. So we help students, we train students basically for competitive exams like SAT, GRE, TOEFL, IELTS, and all such examinations. Not just that, we actually help students for like we give them assistance for visa guidance, scholarships, and right now we have our presence not just in India, like we have our presence in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and Bahrain as well.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and then we basically like we at Fact we actually help students getting admission into their desired universities, like top universities across the major like you can say English speaking countries like UK, US, Canada, Germany, Ireland. So we help students to get admissions into these top like universities across the world. And then we have a division called as Univision, which is basically into like career guidance and student counseling. So here what we have done is we have designed a program which is basically divided into three major steps, like three major stages. First one is the discover part, the next one is the design part, and third one is the deliver part.
Okay.
So what we do here is like we begin with a complete background analysis of the student, and we check like in and out what subjects do they enjoy, where exactly do they face difficulty in. There's a complete SWOT analysis of the student. Once that is done, like what we do is like every student has to go through a test, like an aptitude test, which is called as the CDT test.
CTT.
CDT, yes. So every student has to go through that test, and after the test like we get a clarity on the basis of the test that like where exactly a student can do good, like based on his interest, aptitude, and his personality. So like on these three things, what we do is like we prepare a list of careers where students can actually do good in, right? And not just that, we have a plan B and plan C in place as well.
Okay.
So just in case, right, anything can happen, right? Things
Correct,
may not
correct.
go according to the plan. So if in case like taking a worst case scenario, if student don't do as good as expected, and if things do not go according to the plan, so basically we have a plan B and plan C in place, so we can go ahead accordingly. Then in the design part, what we do is like we help students for stream selection, course selection, subject selection as well. Then we help student to build various skills. Nowadays that is also very important, right, apart from the academics, right? So we help student for that. And once that is done, what we do is like we help students for like registrations. In the deliver part, we actually help student to deliver whatever we have planned.
Oh.
So we help student to like for registration and college admissions into their desired colleges depending upon the scores. Yes.
That's great. That's really nice. So students have everything from scratch, right?
Yes,
So
we actually plan everything for them.
Yeah.
Like they don't need to worry about anything.
Worry about
Right now, you know, right? Students are so confused, and many students are afraid, right? They don't even tell their parents as well. So we
Yeah.
actually plan their way out. Like we prepare a roadmap for the successful future.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So we'll go to the first segment now, where students have many questions. Like most of our students are not clear about choosing their career. They are not clear. Okay. So why it is so difficult these days? What do you feel?
See, this is the most common question which I get on an everyday
Yeah.
basis, right? To explain this in a better way, let's go back to our time, or maybe
Hmm.
15, 20 years back, right? Back then, student absolutely had no idea about what to do, right? They were confused about career options, which career to choose, which stream to select, right? And majority of the decisions were taken were based depending upon their academic scores, and many were influenced by their family members, parents, and like what's popular at that time,
Hmm.
right? Which is actually a very wrong way of deciding things,
Actually.
right? This is a very wrong way, and that's the reason why majority of the students ended up taking a wrong career and
Hmm.
had a career regret later on. So even now when I sit with parents, I ask them a very simple question, right? What if there was someone back then, like when you were in high school, who would have guided you throughout that entire
Hmm.
process, right? So the common answer what I get is like, we would have been at a topmost position in my company, or like many say like we would have chosen a different career altogether,
Hmm.
right? So even now, like, the situation has become even worse because with the impact of social media, students are exposed to so many careers
So
right now, right? So there's a lot of confusion.
more confused, even
Yes,
more
absolutely.
confused.
So there's a lot of confusion, and that's the reason why many students, like, plus there's pressure from the family members as well, and continuously being wanting to be a part of the competition is actually adversely affecting them, right?
Hmm.
So that, like, students actually confuse between what's popular than what actually fits me in, and lack
Exactly, yeah.
structured exposure to careers. So that's the most biggest problem right now.
Nowadays, so you say the social media is the biggest problem.
Yeah,
You feel
it can be a problem, it can
how?
like help you out as well,
Yeah.
right? So that's the thing.
Yes, because the comparison part is definitely there. What is
Yes,
famous? So nowadays,
correct, it's good as well,
hmm,
right?
yeah.
We right now we have so much guidance available, like there are so many anonymous helplines available as well, which
Hmm.
can actually help you. But at the same time, students like get to know about so many things, and that's the reason why still students are following the same pattern. They choose what's popular.
What's
Student,
popular?
yes, was
Yeah.
popular. Even we used to do that way, right? Many student during our time used to do that way, and this is the same thing is basically happening right now. Student actually don't go through a process where
Hmm.
basically a complete background analysis is important, a proper aptitude test is important, which will actually make them understand like where exactly their interest lies, or what exactly is their personality about, and they need to have that aptitude as well.
Hmm.
And like careers should have like a bit of everything. This is how a student can take a right decision going ahead. So that's what I feel.
Yeah, that's really nice, and I mean, makes sense. So now you said students are really confused. So what do you feel that what practical steps a confused student should take
Okay.
while choosing their career?
See, not just a confused student. I would rather say like every student should follow these steps when they are in high school. So the first one is self-audit. So what student has to do is student has to prepare a list of everything, like
Hmm.
his interests, his strengths, what subjects do they enjoy the most, right? There has to be a complete SWOT analysis. Like a SWOT analysis has to be done, which is identification of strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. Once that is done, the second part is the exposure part. So see, now due to increased competition, student wants to be a part of the competition, right? Student wants to stand out amongst the rest, and that's the reason why like student has to actually work on building new skills rather than just focusing on the academics part,
Hmm.
right? They should try short-term internships, online taster courses, shadowing. This will actually make them future ready, right? And the last one is talk and test. So you can actually talk to a professional, and then you can take a reliable career interest inventory, right? Student has to understand that like it's okay to seek help, and talking to a professional will actually make them these things like they would be able to understand these things in a very
Better
easier
way.
way,
Hmm.
right? So this is actually very important.
Yes. And how parents in the this process can help their kids or students to choose their career without being overbearing.
Nowadays most of the parents are working, right?
Yeah,
Due to which they do not spend enough time with the children,
exactly.
right? Many of them do not talk to their students about their problems,
They don't have
and
time.
yes, they just reflect once their results are out, which is actually a biggest problem, right? What a parent has to do is they have to create an environment where a student feels free to talk to them, right? About it can be about anything, whether good or bad. A student shouldn't hesitate. There shouldn't be any second thought. Moreover, like most importantly, a parent should ask open questions, curious and open questions, rather than just directing. And they should actually sit with their confused student and help him explore various other options. Just make them understand that it's okay not to have your whole life figured out on your own, and we
Yeah.
can actually seek help from the professional. Yeah.
Yes, so parents can be really helpful in an understanding way. So a kid can come to their parents and talk about anything, right? And when should a student start serious career planning? So what is the right time do you feel that, a student should reflect on the seriousness of their career planning?
So I feel a student should start exploring once they are into 8 to 10 standard,
Okay.
to build self-awareness and more concrete choices like subject selection, stream selection or course selection that can be done after your 10th standard, and
Acha.
vocational pathways as well that can be selected after 10th standard, but that too with proper guidance and proper trial experiences, so that there is no career regret later on.
Yeah. Okay, so between 8 to 10, they should seriously start
Yes,
the career planning.
they have to start like very early now, because there's so much competition right now, right? And the student, like basically if they are clear, if they have these some kind of options open, so they can actually decide,
Yeah.
right? And it is not that like many of the students just basically take decision on assumptions or what's popular at that particular moment of time. So this shouldn't happen, I feel.
What about the study planning they can do?
See, like I've already told you, like student has to plan and follow a proper schedule. Your schedule has to be very smooth, right? Because nowadays students are occupied with so many things, due
Yeah.
to which they do not get time for the other important things as well. And by the time they are back home, they are completely exhausted. And that's the reason why they do not spend enough time for their self-study. And according to me, self-study is the most important thing.
Most
Right?
importantly.
Yes. On an everyday basis, student has to spend minimum of 1 to 2 hours daily, like for their self-study, and increase these hours during the exam time. And if they are preparing for any of the competitive exams, they have to plan these hours accordingly. For example, if a student is preparing for competitive exams like engineering or medical, they have to initially begin with 3 hours a day and then increase it to 6 to 7 hours during the exam time, right? Then what a student has to do is they have to set small goals, right? Like they need to plan within a specific time limit. I'll be covering this many topics or a particular chapter, and they need to make sure that they cover those chapter or a topic within the specified time limit or within that proper deadline. And students shouldn't procrastinate things. That's the most important thing, right? And the most important thing according to me about study planning is, right now student just only just focuses on the learning part, right? But student actually has to focus on the practice part,
Practicing.
test, doubt clarification and revision. These 5 areas are very important. If a student actually focuses on all these 5 areas, he will surely do great in his academics or whichever competitive exam he would be preparing for.
Thank you so much for this wonderful explanation. And now we'll move on to the next segment, which is really important after clarity of the career, which is stress, anxiety, and mental health.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
is
Absolutely. One of the
serious-
most important thing I
most
feel.
important thing for all the students. So Harish ji, stress and burnout are very common these days. Like whatever happens, a kid comes and say, I'm in stress.
Absolutely.
They have this tendency now to use stress word. So how do we know that is, suppose during the exam a student is really stressed and burnt out and anxious. So do we are we able to understand their normal stress, or there is something serious going on with the student?
So see, normal stress is temporary and tied to deadlines, firstly. And more serious problems involve prolonged mood changes, sleeping problems, loss of irritation as well. Then decline in grades despite efforts, Then
Okay.
thoughts of self-harm. If this kind of stress affects your daily functioning for week, you immediately have to seek a mental health expert.
Oh.
That's the most important thing, because these are serious issues, right, which cannot be ignored. And parents should know, because if a student is going through like these are some of the symptoms like which a normal parent would be able to understand, like sleeping problems, social distancing and all such things. If this happens, like, it's a serious problem.
Okay, so you are saying that within a week we should be able to catch these points and consider this is as a
Yeah,
serious
you'll
problem.
get to know within, like,
Mm-hmm.
if it actually affects your daily functioning for weeks, like, parent has to actually get connected to a mental health expert.
Yeah, that's really a concern one. So Harishi, now as you mentioned, a lot of stress is going on. So could you please tell our students the daily simple practices which is realistic and easy for them to do to reduce their stress?
For decades, experts have been talking about this, but people usually do not follow this or tend to completely ignore this. I'll just list down some of the like exercises or habits which student has to follow to reduce stress. Like I would say, like, planning and following a proper schedule is very important, because if a student follow a proper schedule, like, because right now they are occupied with so many things, right, and that's the reason why student don't get time for the other important things as well. A schedule has to be very smooth. That's the most important thing. Then following a balanced diet is very much important.
Diet.
Hydrate yourself, right? Then short daily routines like getting up early, going to bed early, or minimum 8 hours of sleep. That's the most important thing,
Yeah.
right? People usually completely ignore this. Then less screen time is important. Workout
The most
daily.
important.
Yes. Right now, like, even I am one of them.
We all are, I guess.
Yes. So minimum 20 to 30 minutes of exercise is very important. If you're into yoga, do yoga or meditate. Meditate can really help, I would say, because whenever I am into stress, I actually try to meditate
Meditation
as
really
well.
works. Yeah.
Yes. Then play games which involve physical activities, or do whatever you feel like which will make you happy. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
So these are some of the things which can really help you reduce your
So
stress.
the main thing is schedule. If you have a schedule, then you can add all this into that, right?
Yes, absolutely.
There is no schedule. We miss out on. Chalo, ye bhi karna hai. Now we want to study also. We want to play also, because there is no schedule.
Correct.
Yeah.
See, students are so, like, occupied with a lot of things now. They have to go to
They
school.
don't have
they
their
have
own
to-
time. That is also
Yes,
the point.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's the most important thing. Like, student has to follow a proper schedule. If a proper schedule is in place, they can plan these things out in a much
And
easier
also,
way.
as you said, in between they can take breaks. So they cannot take out the time for meditation, but they can add this 2-minute meditation in between the breaks.
Yeah, that can really
That
help.
way, that
That's-
really helps.
Yes.
I used to do it during my office time, so the same thing they can apply.
Yeah, see, it completely depends on person to
Yeah.
person, right? Whatever you like, that's what I said. Like, do things whichever makes you feel better. That's
Better.
the most important thing.
But student needs some guidance, so that will definitely come
That's the
from
reason
you.
why
Yeah,
we are doing
you
this,
here.
right?
That's amazing. So after the scheduling part and all the daily practices, if even after doing so much, if the student is overwhelmed and they are not able to share with their parents, what they should do?
See, firstly, like I said, like parents, it's completely in the hands of parents, right? Parents have to create an environment where a student feels free to talk to them about. It can be about anything, whether good or bad. They shouldn't hesitate, or there shouldn't be any second thought.
They should not be
Right.
scared of their parents.
Yes, but still, if you're like, if I have to answer your question, like, what a student can do is they can get help from their trusted teacher or school
Okay.
counselor as well, right? Nowadays, there are so many anonymous helplines or education counseling firms which can actually help, right? Then yeah, so we are one of them as well. Like, if any of the student, like any of such student who is actually worried about their career, they can actually get connected to UNIVISION, and be rest assured, we will help you out with anything, like everything.
That's
We will
great.
plan your way out. That's the thing.
That's really amazing, because nowadays students really need that. They cannot, tell people, that parents or siblings, teachers. So they feel that, where should I go? So
That's what.
definitely this is really nice. Student will have a supporting
But I feel this shouldn't
environment.
happen because it's
Shouldn't
completely in the hands of
happen.
parents,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. That's a correct point you have mentioned.
That's the most important thing. Like because if you create that environment, like student will share every problem like they face.
So Arishi, what is a quick guided breathing or grounding technique a student can do while he's really stressed?
See, there are so many techniques and so many exercises right now. Like, but if I have to tell you, like you said about breathing, right? So there is one technique called as box breathing technique.
Box breathing.
Yes, it's called as box breathing technique, where you inhale for 4 seconds, you hold for 4 seconds, you exhale for 4 seconds, again you hold for 4 seconds.
Okay,
Try this. Yes, try this for like almost 4 to 5 times. It will actually calm your entire nervous system quickly.
Wow. The really powerful weapon we have is box breathing technique.
Yes, it's called box
This
breathing
is for us
technique.
also, right?
Yes, we can
Yeah,
do that as
that
well. I
is-
usually follow this as well.
Okay, that's really great. So all the students be ready for the box breathing technique, which is 4 inhale, 4 hold, 4 exhale, and 4 hold. So just try it out and let us know. So after all your explanation now, I mean students know how to handle your stress, anxiety, and keep with your mental health in a better way. Yes, thank you so much. So we'll move on to the next segment, which is the stream selection and academic choices. So Harishi, choosing a stream like science, arts, commerce, vocational feels permanent to many students. So how should they approach it?
What student needs to do here is like treat it as a vehicle for skills rather than destiny. They can they really need to consider which subjects do they enjoy the most, what professional skills do they want to build, or what vocational pathways do those streams open up for. Students should always remember like many careers are multidisciplinary. I'll give you an example of a non-linear path. Like students can actually take arts and do UX design as well.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So if some of the students like, two different streams, then how do they keep their doors open for both of them?
Yeah. See, what a student can do is pick a stream that keeps the core option open, like science with elective arts, or you can say skill courses. Take online taster courses as well, build portfolios, and do extracurriculars aligned with both. Now, I'll give you an easy example of a non-linear path. Like students can actually choose commerce and do digital marketing or business analytics as well. Now, I'll tell you why exactly is an easier option. This is an easier option, I'll say. See, because no heavy coding is needed here.
Yeah.
Yes, and no technical background is also needed. Correct. Many of these subjects you would already be studying in your school or college,
Yeah.
right? And you can do these courses like while you are studying, like while in
Correspondence.
yes, you are in school or college as well. Then like internships are available at a very early stage, so which will actually make you future ready. So yeah, that can really help.
Yeah, that's amazing. So after stream selection, we have got an amazing explanation from you that we can keep both the doors open and see, what goes with your strength and qualities. So are the boards and marks the only thing important for your education and career choice?
See, marks matters, but not exclusively.
Okay.
Moreover, projects, portfolios, internships, then entrance exams and
Okay.
demonstrated skills, these counts a lot. And especially for a creative or a technical field, this counts a lot. Right, student has to actually focus on all these areas rather than just focusing on the academics, because this will actually make them future ready, and they would be a part of the competition, and they would stand out among this other students. This will really help the other students.
So you need to prepare on your assignments, internships, everything. And yes, the marks are important, but not the only thing.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely. Marks are not the only thing.
not the
right?
only thing. But yes, it is important. So now let's move on to segment 4, which is learning disorder and diverse learning needs. So here we have some students struggle despite of working hard. So how can we say this is there is some learning disorder, or this is because of the poor study methods?
See, learning differences includes persistent difficulties in specific areas like
Okay.
reading, writing, or attention, despite giving efforts.
Okay.
Right? Plus, a strong history since childhood or uneven skills. Like, for example, a student is able to give answers orally, but when it comes to writing, he may face difficulty.
Okay.
Right, this can be like checked with a formal assessment from a psychologist or an education specialist, so this will actually clarify everything, right? And the second thing is you wanted a difference with poor study methods, right? So poor study methods would include studying without a plan, or studying only during exams, or following the same pattern for all the subjects.
Yeah.
Right, which is a very wrong thing, I feel. Right, then one more thing is like studying, like giving answers while revision, but when it comes to exam, they forget during exams. So these are some of the like things, signs where like about this thing, poor study methods. And learning differences are completely different. These are more serious than this kind of things.
Okay.
This can actually be like you can actually change this, right? Poor study methods, it can be rectified. Yes, under proper guidance and proper time management skills has to be in place. It can be rectified with better strategies.
Okay. And if a student is diagnosed with a learning disorder, then how can a classroom helps in a practical way for that particular student?
See, here what a parent can do is they can actually get connected to the school. They can actually talk to the school and request them for some kind of accommodations. Like during exams, they can ask for an extra time during exams. Then the clear written instructions from the school while the teacher is teaching. Then audio versions of text, chunked assignments can really help. Then multisensory teaching, like audiovisual format, audiovisual way of learning, right? And assistive tech. This can actually help the student a lot who are facing such kind of difficulties in learning.
So nowadays, I guess schools are actually doing this. I mean,
yeah, like many of the schools will actually help you with this, as long as the need is identified and properly documented. So in case of learning differences, school can really help you out.
Okay, so Harishi, what teachers and parents can do to help the kid at home for their learning differences?
See,
So
in case of learning differences, I feel what a parent can do is they can use consistent routines.
Okay.
Then breaks like a bigger task into small steps. This can really help them out. Then like parents can actually celebrate their small wins as well. Not just that, like I would say rather they can actually celebrate their efforts as well.
Yeah.
This would really help them out. And the multisensory teaching, which I've already mentioned, they can use audiovisual formats and be continuously continuously talk to your teacher, right? Get connected to their teachers, so that like everything is in place. So you get to know about the students, like where exactly they are facing difficulties or what improvement has been done or has to be done.
So with your great explanation and techniques, we can really help the students who has learning difficulties and disorders. So that this would be very, very helpful to them.
Of course it will.
So we'll move on to the next segment, which is personality development and soft skills. So soft skills are really important more than ever. So what do you feel that which soft skills are very, very important to the students from 9 to 12th grade?
See, there are so many soft skills which are very important, right? But I would list out few which can really help during their 9 to 12 standard. So communication is one of them.
Yeah.
The most important one, I'll see. Then critical thinking is there. Then teamwork and time management, collaboration. Adaptability is very important nowadays, right? So these are some of the like skills, soft skills, which are really important, because this is not just going to help them during their college time or school time. This is applicable throughout every stream and every job. These are the basic soft skills which every student should have.
So while asking you this question, that came up to my mind that this is more about EQ, right? Emotional quotient.
Yes.
And all the qualities regarding being
EQ,
emotionally.
sorry to interrupt you, but yes, EQ is very important
EQ is
as
very
well.
important. And I think not just from the 9 to 12th grade, but the student should be taught EQ and all the activities regarding that since their early childhood also.
Absolutely,
I feel.
absolutely. It's very much important because these are the basics, right?
Yeah,
And
basics.
everything basically depends on these skills, right? So to improve this, there are other like lots of exercises which you can do. I'll share that as well.
So tell us some quick exercises on how can a teen improve communication. As you said, communication is the most important, and confidence in 5 minutes a day. So what a student can do daily so that confidence and communication can boost up in a better way.
See, there are so many exercises right now which can really help you to build your communication and confidence. But I'll just list out some exercises which can really help to boost your communication. So for communication, what you can do is you can actually like summarize your entire day out loud.
Okay.
Right, then to build confidence, what you can do is you can practice a 1 minute elevator pitch about yourself, right?
Okay.
And then for teamwork, what you can do is like you can volunteer for a small like group project or small team role in your school activities. Try these activities for almost a week and you'll surely see a difference.
Okay. Can I just add one simple thing into it,
Yeah,
which
sure, sure.
I am doing, like as you said, reading out loudly, and going through the whole communication thing. They can do it in front of the mirror.
Yeah, they can.
It
They
is
can. This can help. This can help as
something
well.
is called, right,
Whichever, like wherever you feel comfortable, you can do it in front of the mirror or like wherever.
in front of any of your
Front of the mirror can
family
really help
member,
as well,
yeah.
because many a times when we are giving a presentation, we completely go blank, right?
Yeah.
So it's important. Or like when I'm interacting with someone, I may forget a lot of things.
Yeah.
So that can really help, like talk, like summarizing your day out loud in front of the mirror. That can actually help. Or even like you can practice I told you about that elevator pitch, right? About yourself, you can practice in front of the mirror as well. That can
great.
also you can do.
I think you all should do that. This is really helpful, and I have tried that. So thank you so much again for the same. And how do you balance building academic depth and the soft skills? Like, as you said, there are many soft skills, and students are busy in their academic so much that they don't have time for the soft skills also. So how do they balance both?
See, here what a student can do is they can actually use their school task as an opportunity to build their soft skills. Like they can do group study to build teamwork and collaboration. Then they can do presentations to improve their communication, right? Then they can manage deadlines for learning time management. This can really help these students.
Yeah.
And these are some of the things which a student can follow on an everyday basis. Do this for a week and you'll see the difference.
Yeah, this is really nice, because we used to do during our school days, like I and my friend used to like sit together and what you are saying, group study. So that really helps, and giving the presentations.
Yes,
So they will slowly so
Absolutely
this is a
right.
great balance, and you can see this complementing each other also.
Correct.
Yeah, so after the soft skill part, which I think this is very useful for all of you by Harish ji, and now let's move on to the next, which is for the parents. So all the parents out here listening to me, this is parents' perspective, which is also very, very, very important, because they are, as you said, they are really busy in their work, and they also want to see the students. Harishji, for parents, what do you find most stressful about child's school years, and how do you cope?
See, about a child's schooling years, the most stressful is like the uncertainty.
Okay.
Right, and parents can actually cope up by setting realistic examples, like realistic expectations. That's the most important thing, I feel. Then what a parent can do is parent can actually schedule weekly check-ins rather than daily interrogations.
Okay.
This usually happens, right?
This will help.
Yes, this usually happens, right? Parents, what
Okay.
they do, like if you continuously ask a student like on a daily basis, like what is happening, why your scores are so less, or so this would feel like daily interrogations,
Demotivated
right?
somewhat, yeah.
So student would not like it, or they would get irritated. right? So that's the most important thing. Like instead of daily check-ins, you should schedule weekly check-ins, or you should actually avoid daily interrogations,
Yeah.
and you should actually focus on efforts rather than marks. That's the most important
This is the
thing.
most important point again for all the parents also, because as you said, many are struggling.
Correct.
So when we compliment them for their efforts, they do it in a better
Yes,
way.
they'll be motivated,
They will
right?
motivate
They'll be,
it, yeah.
because if a student is already stressed out with lot of things, right?
Hmm.
So a small kind of this kind of a thing will actually motivate him,
Motivates.
right? So you don't have to push him every time, or you don't have to like keep continuously asking them. So one small thing can really change their overall pattern, or like they would themselves do or try things.
And also, I liked your point that we should avoid daily interrogations.
Absolutely.
But what if a student is not, studying, or because they feel, acha, it's freedom is there. So if they are not on the track, then what a parent should
See,
then do?
previously, like I said, student has to follow a proper plan, right? Parent has to make sure that that plan is followed,
Acha.
right? Once that is done,
But
yes,
not keep
eventually,
on asking them
yes,
on the micromanagement.
that 21 days habit, right?
Yeah.
During the initial phase, during the first 21 days, sit with your child, right?
Okay.
And then later on, you don't need to do anything. Like he'll be habituated.
Yeah, so I like this point of not interrogating at a minute level, but yes, weekly checkups are also important, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So how can parents spot a sign of distress in their teen?
So here what a parent can do is look for changes in sleep, appetite, loss of appetite as well, then sudden drop in grades as well,
Yeah.
or like continuously talking about hopelessness. A parent has to actually take these signs very seriously, and like as soon as possible get connected to an expert,
Yeah.
because these are serious problems,
Serious problems.
and it has to be like taken care as soon as possible.
True. Even I'm able to connect now. So how a parent can talk to their child about the career, but not into that mode of pressurizing them. So what is the correct way to talk to them about the career thing?
See, like I earlier said as well, what a parent can do is like they can ask curious and open questions rather than just directing them.
Yeah.
Like, right, and they actually have to sit with their confused student and like prepare a list of everything: their strength, weaknesses, and what exactly are their interests, right? And tell him to explore, like help him to explore various career options as well. This may really help them out, make them comfortable, and make them understand that you are there with them in every possible situation, whether good or bad, right? This will actually make them comfortable, and they would surely do good.
Yeah, because they really need their parents, and there is a huge role of parents also in their students' career and school and high school and
Correct.
everything. Also in their life. Yeah.
Absolutely, parent has the most important
Most
role to play,
important part,
right?
I guess. So now let's move on to the next segment, which is practical tips and resources. So are you ready, Harish ji?
Yes.
Yes,
I
this is a
am
very
always
exciting
ready.
part, yeah. So give us a short and practical checklist a student can follow tonight to reduce the stress.
See, like I've already said as well, like a student has to plan a proper schedule, plan and follow a proper schedule. Then like follow a proper balanced diet as well. Then sleep properly, most important thing,
Yeah.
and hydrate yourself.
Hydrate yourself.
Right, then I told you about that box breathing technique.
Box breathing,
Follow
yeah.
that as well, right? Do meditation, do yoga, or whatever, wherever, like whatever you feel right for you, whatever makes you happy, do that.
So after this amazing checklist, now we want to know the top 3 low-cost ways to explore careers while in school.
Okay, so what you can do, like I guess every student know about this, right? So nowadays there is so much information available on the internet, so you can take help from the internet. What you can do is you can like watch, there are so many podcasts on YouTube, educational podcasts on
Yeah.
YouTube. You can do that, like you can take that, or about, if I have to talk about like information about careers or courses, there are different applications or different companies who provide short skill courses courses as well, like Udemy or Coursera. So this won't even affect your pocket as well. Like it's
free of cost,
yes,
no? They are.
yes.
Yeah.
Many courses are free of cost. Many charges, like the charges between somewhere around like 1,000 to 2,000 rupees for a particular course. So this is what they can actually begin with.
Yeah.
And this would really help them out.
And their certified course also for free. Yeah.
Yes, these are certified courses as
certified
well.
courses.
Yes.
Okay, great. And lastly, we would like to know the most important thing, the last piece of advice, one for the students and one for the parents as well.
So one piece of advice for students would be curious, right? Your paths will evolve, and keep trying. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
So student has to keep trying irrespective of the situation,
Exactly.
right? And one piece of advice for parents would be listen more than you advise. That's the most important thing.
That's the most important.
Yes.
Parents, are you listening now? The kids are very happy with your
Yes.
advice.
Yeah, I know they would be. They should be, right?
Yeah.
And like they should help their students to explore. That's the most important thing. That's the one piece of advice which I give it to my parents and students.
Actually, students are the one who gets advice from everyone, no?
Yes.
So
yes,
there
they do.
should be someone who's listening, and the most,
But they take
helpful.
advices from only few, right?
yeah. But if they're bombarded with the advices, and there should be someone, like you said, the parent should be a good listener rather than, keep advising them.
Yes.
So-
And most of the time, like rather than just working on assumptions, you can actually take help from professionals.
Yeah.
Because they know, right, how
Yeah.
exactly, what exactly, and how exactly a student behaves.
Becomes very
their
easier
behavioral
because
patterns
there's a
as well.
blueprint, like you have a blueprint and the path and the
Yes.
charts.
Absolutely.
So if I, take my any other student or my kid to you, becomes very easier for me to understand, because definitely you will guide me.
That's what. Because we have been dealing with a lot of students,
Yeah.
right? We know their behavioral
Yes,
patterns
yes.
as well.
Yes.
So it's easier for us. It's easier for the psychologists and education counselors to understand a student perspective and accordingly
Yeah.
go ahead with it.
Yes, definitely. So, yeah, wonderful. This is really helpful, and I like your advice for both students and parents. And now we have a rapid fire, which is, very exciting part. So, are you excited, Harishji, for the rapid fire?
Yes, I am.
We all are, yes.
Let's
so,
go.
Tell us one book which is helpful for the students.
Okay, so I'll suggest one. There are lots of books, but I'll suggest one. It is called as Mindset by Carol Dweck,
Okay.
and it is focused on growth mindset.
Oh, wow. I'll definitely read it. And one podcast.
Here I won't name any, but you can take any educational podcast.
And what is that one habit which really helps a student?
10 minutes reflection weekly.
Okay, great. So one book, you all know now which book to go and read, and also one podcast. There are many podcasts, as you mentioned,
Yes, absolutely.
and 10 minutes reflection is very important, everyone. And with that, we are finishing our wonderful podcast with Harish Patil ji from UNIVISION. And yes, thank you so much for your wonderful insights. Your input is giving us clarity on almost everything, and this is definitely be so much beneficial for all our students and parents as
I
well.
hope this helps.
Yeah, this is really helpful, and I have really enjoyed your being with you and discussing all this matters. So if you found this podcast really helpful, then don't wait, hit the like, share and subscribe button. And for all our students out there, what is that one thing you would go today and try inspired by this podcast? So let us know in the comment section. And I'm your host Amrita Solanki, and here we have Harish Patil from UNIVISION. Thank you so much for this wonderful podcast, sir.
Thank you so much for having me.